Welcome back to another season of the NEAWL Report. It's been a long several months with no wiffle ball talk, but it's finally time to get excited for the 2016 winter season. Before we get into our segments, there's been some breaking news in the league. There's been a blockbuster trade between three franchises: the Worcester Weemen, the Los Pollos Blancos of Arlington, and the Neshoba Valley Sasquatch. There's a lot of moving parts to this trade, but ultimately, John Anderson and Jeremy Ellis are on their way back to Neshoba Valley Sasquatch, and Zach Goodman is also on his way back to Los Pollos Blancos of Arlington. The Weemen will also be compensated with a first-round pick in next year's draft. To discuss the impact of this trade, here's John Anderson.
Well, Nick, first off, thanks for having me back. It's always a pleasure to be here. This trade is shocking. I don't think anyone really saw it coming. It developed pretty quickly, and it's probably the biggest trade that's ever happened in the league. It does remind me, however, that back in the summer of, I believe, 2013, an article was written. And the article addressed the overwhelming chatter from the Bones division about divisional disparity. And since that time, the Bones division has come up empty-handed. To put things in perspective, at that time, Nick O'Keefe, who would go on to become the league MVP that season, was in the Bones division. Mike King, who might be one of the most dangerous two-way players the league has ever seen, was in the division. The Weemen had a team consisting of Colin Amadon, Kirk Mumbla, and Jeremy Ellis, as well as Pat Coop Keating. The division was stacked, and the Beasts would go on to finish and take the cup by way of Brian Cosentino, who at the time was the first Golden Stick transplant. Since then, however, no matter how high the odds were stacked up in the Bones' favor, they failed to deliver. And it begs the question, is there another curse in this league? The curse of the Bones division? Well, this trade could shatter all of that. It certainly lays the right foundation. The Bullies come into the season with Jay Murph, another Golden Stick transplant, one of the best pitchers in the league, and he's got 2 first-round picks in this draft. And now we've got Los Pollos, who just acquired probably the best arm in the league and a very good winter hitter, and he also has 2 first-round picks to add to that team. Will this be the Bones division's chance to finally get back on the cup? We're talking almost 3 years and 4 full seasons. Only time will tell.
Joining us now is the GM of the Worcester Weemen, Colin Amadon. Colin, thanks for joining us. Let's get right into it. You traded away your franchise player for a second-round pick this draft and a first-round pick in the next draft. Does this mean that you're already giving up on your season?
No, not at all. I'm super excited for this season. It's going to be, not exactly a championship run, but I'm completely fine with that. There's no pressure on us like there has been in past seasons. I know we haven't really lived up to that pressure, but it's a learning experience. I get to improve as a player for myself, and then we get some guys in here that want to try some new things, and we'll see where it goes.
Another GM was criticized for intentionally tanking on a season to get draft picks. Are you worried you'll also be criticized for doing this?
If I'm criticized, I'm criticized. It's not my intention to throw it on purpose. I mean, I had an option to make the deal, and I felt like I was planning for the future. And it's great. Like I said before, I'm excited to have some new guys on the team. Maybe give a guy that has never pitched before a chance to play and a chance to learn how to pitch, who doesn't get that opportunity on a team that's really going to contend, because I don't think we're going to contend. And I don't consider that tanking. I consider that just learning and getting better than anything else.
With 3 picks in the second round, what type of player are you looking to franchise?
I'm really looking for someone out of those 3 picks to establish themselves as a great player. Someone that I can play with in the spring and be good outdoors. We got 2 first-round draft picks for the spring season, so it's going to be someone that can complement those 2 players. I really want to see if someone wants to step up and pitch and get the opportunity to pitch that they wouldn't get on another team. And we're going to have there's a bunch of great pitchers in our division with Goodman, Martell, Murph, all those guys, and you have no pressure on you. So you can see what they do, get their tendencies, if you strike out, you strike out. It's not the end of the world, and just learn from it and get better. And that's all I really care about. Is I just want our team to get better and some of these other guys to step up and get better.
The Wee Men were the favorites in the Bone division last year, but failed to win that playoff match. Is the curse real?
Is the curse real? I knew that question was going to come up. I wouldn't say that it's real. We all made mistakes in our team. When we faced the Buttertongues a couple years ago, I didn't show up, Devin didn't show up, and then we had a monster series by Mullen and Murph. We got Wiz to hit a dinger out there, but that was about it. We just didn't show up and play. And then in the playoffs this past season, we just had a tough matchup. Martell's great, Thompson's great. You had Sully hitting the crap out of the ball all season. It was just a bad matchup for us. We didn't step up, and that's just how it happens sometimes. So I don't think that there's a curse. I think we'll get through it. That's why we're rebuilding, trying new things, and again, we just want to get better for our team, and I want to get better and just step up and move on to this season and move on to next season and just keep it going.
Thanks for your time, Colin. Good luck on this upcoming season.
Appreciate it.
Now let's talk about the draft. John, who do you have going first overall?
This might be the easiest hard decision of all time. In this draft, you have Kirk Monbla, who might be the most prolific hitter in league history, and he might be the only player with true baseball fundamentals. The kid can field, he's got an arm. He actually became a great number one pitcher last winter, and as I said, he's one of the most dangerous hitters in the league. Unfortunately, Monbla only plays winter seasons. It's very unlikely we'll see him in the spring. John G. and the Chiefs have to worry about picking up a player they can go on a franchise to continue their success. We know the Chiefs are an up-and-down kind of team. They get just close enough, and then the following season, they really taper off, and, they're a fun bunch, but they're only a threat one of the seasons a year. On the other hand, you have David Fisher available, who probably is the best winter pitcher we've ever seen. He's a very adequate hitter in the winter, probably well above average. And he can be franchised. Like I said, it's the hardest easy decision you can make. I got to go with Fisher here at the number one slot.
Thanks, John, and let me just say thank you for having me here on the Sports Guys. With the second overall pick in the NEAWL Winter Draft in 2016, we have Monbla going to the Los Pollos de Arlington. The newly minted father of two, Monbla, led the Grenade Division last season with a .274 average and 5 home runs during the winter season.
Hey, thanks, Mitty. Good to have as part of the staff. The third pick, I see the Bullies taking best available player here, Cody Willett. That's assuming he doesn't get taken ahead of time, which, granted, I could see happening. But if he's still available at number 3, he's the best available player. He is a perennial candidate for Golden Handy. He's a more than serviceable number 2, and he has the best OPS in the league over the last 3 combined seasons. You cannot go wrong picking up the Curdy Bird in this third spot.
Hey, Willie. Great analysis on a deadlock pick. Number 4 here, though, this is where the draft gets interesting. The Bassholes come in, and they have a lot of friends, quite frankly, on the board. Glue's there, Daryl's there, Sully's there. All these people have great relationships with the Basshole franchise. The Bassholes, however, have some holes they need to fill. They've got a good foundation. McGowan's a great pitcher in the winter, great hitter. Surrett's one of the up-and-coming rookies. They do need to address pitching. They got to have a number 2 in there. I know Surrett's been working out. He's probably been practicing in the off-season, but you need to have a known in that slot, and really the only remaining pitcher is Matt Mullen. Lucky for them, he's probably talent-wise the best pick here as well. He's a great fielder, above-average hitter in the winter, and he has proven himself as a pitcher in a lot of clutch scenarios. He helped carry the Bullies, the Buttertongues, still at that time, to the summer championship. A lot to do with his arm and his bat. So I think you have to go with Mullen here, sever some of those friendships, or at least put them on hold for now, make the right decision for your franchise. I've got Matt Mullen here.
And 5th overall, we have the league's official attorney, Dave Sullivan, going on retainer for the Bullies. So he hit .313 for the Cougars over the summer. hit 13 home runs, tied for the bonus division lead, drove in 36 runs, and while he may have only hit .313 on the season, he definitely drank over 400 beers.
Well, I'm going to say Chris Smith twice in this pick. Chris Smith, it's great to have you as part of the Sports Guys. Great takes there. But second of all, I think everybody on their mock draft probably had the Chiefs giveaway here. And I say giveaway because they had two great players coming into this draft, and John G could only take one. I think John G himself on the Facebook board said it's going to be a flip of the coin. And so he goes on and takes Tad LaRock, T-Rock, my boy, and it leaves Chris Smith here, who was one of the greatest hitters in this past summer season. He was a rookie at that time. We can only expect he's going to build upon that. He's going to become probably one of the stars in this league, and he's probably only going to be asked to hit on this team. He might have to field and right field every now and then, but he's a steal at this number 6 pick. I got to go Smith.
Hey, thanks, John. Your picks suck, but your balls are huge. In the 7th spot, one of my favorite teams, the Cougars, they're going to be picking here, and I got to see him taking it back, right? You got Wampo and Scotty Martell, both well above average hitters, both Golden Handy caliber fielders, and both really good pitchers. So really all they're looking to do is bolster that lineup, right? And the best hitter here, as far as I can see, is Darrell Wolfenstein 3D+. He's shown himself in the playoffs and later in the spring season as being a well above average hitter. Even last winter, we kind of saw him coming on into his own, right? He might be an average minus fielder, depending on who you talk to, and he's not throwing the ball. But it doesn't really matter in this squad. They're looking to have a murderer's row in Chelmsford, and I think Darrell Wolfenstein 3D+ is really going to contribute to the squad.
And with the final selection of the first round, we have the Tewksbury Huskies selecting Justin J. Martin. He will be donning the Tewksbury jersey, but not for long, as the shirtless wonder generally sheds his garb as soon as the game begins. Martin figures to inject some offense into the first ever winter season for the Tewksbury Huskies. And with the first round in the books, let's have a look at the projected second round of the 2016 NEAWL Winter Draft. With the 9th pick overall, the first pick of the second round, the Chiefs will be selecting Greg Kalusian. The Weedmen have the next 2 picks in the draft, and we have them taking Mike King followed by Mike Nagel. With the 12th pick, we then have Mike Mahoney going to the Bass Holes. Greg Kalusian's little brother Justin should then be going to the Weedmen with the 13th overall selection. And with the 14th overall selection, the Sasquatch should be taking Tony Barani! And heading up to Chelmsford with the 15th overall selection should be Phil Naylor. Finally, with the last and Mr. Irrelevant selection of the 2016 Winter Draft, we have the Huskies selecting Tim the Wiz Anderson to round out the 5th or 4th annual NEAWL Winter Draft.
In a brand new segment, here's Patrick Keating with some emotions that he'd like to share.
This may come to a shock to you guys, but I am no longer a wee man. Even though that I'm moving on, I still got love for my wee men. But let's be honest, guys. We all know that the wee men is where batters go to die. So this is my breakout season. Watch out, bitches. Look out, ladies. The rumors are true. Coop's been hitting up that network drive gym, and I plan on hitting up on some of you bitches as well. What up? But let's be honest, folks. You all know me. I'll probably just be end up hitting on that home run juice most of the season. Take a whiff, bitches. It's a fresh season and the thumbs are blasting.
Thank you for sharing, Patrick. Now on to everyone's favorite troll, NEAWLIE.
Surprise, cockbags! NEAWLIE would like to offer sincerest congratulations to the Butt Sex Triumvirate. Super excited to get the Grab Crotch Sasquatch back together. Those guys are going to be really tuckered out this year from all the butt sex and all the nuts they're busting in each other before the games. At some point, doesn't Jeremy Ellis become a little sad and feel a little unwanted? His parents rejected him, his wife doesn't want him, and none of his friends want to be with him. But none of them have ditched him half a dozen times in just over a calendar year. Oh, poor Jeremy. Impressively, the Bass Holes are looking to set a new league record for overall tonnage. Their two remaining players easily outweigh the entire projected Sasquatch lineup. I just hope they don't eat the Sasquatch this year. The Wee-Men are headed back into obscurity again, but this time it's by their GM's choice. Colin's team's going to be full of number twos, which makes sense because he's full of shit. And now for our new segment. We're calling it NEAWLIE's Noise. First off, can Greg Galuzian back his stupid ass into yet another championship? Who knows? Secondly, will Tim Anderson finally quit the league and make us all happy, or continue to torture us with his threats to quit the league? And finally, can J-Mart calm his showboating ass down to fit American football customs, or we have to send him back to fucking Korea? And NEAWLIE didn't plan an outro this week, so fuck you guys!
I love that troll. Well, that's all, folks. We'll see you at the draft on the 19th. I hope you all get picked last.